And that was what the small amount that we see of Marble Zone. So we're on a Springyard Zone, and Springyard Zone has surprisingly few glitches, at least in Springyard 1 and 2. So it's all about actual precise movement. So I won't explain too much. There's not many frame perfect things or anything to explain where you need really specific inputs. So I'll just play through it for the most part and try and explain only specific parts. So full jump at the start, full jump over here and hold left to hit this spring. Hold left once you're clear of the ramp and you get up here. Hold jump off of that and bounce and fall back down there. Hold left onto this ramp. Hold left onto this ramp, and as you start to touch the left-hand wall, then hold down. So you're rolling on it. And that'll either do that if you just hold down the entire time and you fall down here onto the spring. Or if you want to hit that spring slightly faster and save a few frames, jump here. So there's it's a 2-frame window. You can jump here or 1 frame after here, I believe. It might be 1 frame before. And that'll put you down there with hopefully missing all the bumpers. Is the plan. Once you're hit on that spring, hold right and you'll fly all the way up here. Landing on top of this section, you want to leave this jump as late as possible to the latest possible frame. But if you miss this jump, it's really bad because you fall down onto a lower path and everything's terrible and slow and it's a reset, etc. So you want to jump up here at some point, but hopefully as late as possible. And that'll land you down here. The plan is to land on this brown normal floor. But if you land on this green block or even the top of these stairs as you come down, which does happen, then you just need to tap left to make sure you land on the floor. And then jump off of that floor once it starts sloping downwards so that it lands you onto here. Jump over here, jump here and land on top of those stairs and get another jump. I wanted to actually land on top of here so that I could jump off the top of here and land up here. Once you're up here, the next jump you want to do is after you pass this second light but before you pass the 4th light. So around here. So you're still holding right this entire time, you do a full jump here. And that should land you on... There are also other ways to do this level, but this is the way I've been doing it for the longest time and seems to be the easiest and fastest for me, so... This is the way I'm making the guide for it, so... Oops, I overshot that section. If you find yourself down here or if you've gone slower, then you need to jump up onto this platform and up over this guy. And then any way of getting through here really doesn't particularly matter. The goal is to finish this level before the speed shoes run out. So let's see if I can get the jumps right this time. There we go. The plan is that's the goal there, to land on that green one, and then finally landing in that gap in the wall is a fairly hard part. So. Okay, so once you hit these springs, I like to move out to the left slightly so that I have momentum going around. That could be the goal. You never know. So you can either, hopefully not get hit by those guys, you can either land on here to make it slightly easier. You can either land on the corner of that ground up there to slow down slightly so that your fall can be controlled slightly better. Or you can miss that top section entirely, which is faster, but then it's a harder window to get into the place that you're aiming for. So if you hit here, you want to hold right at a certain time so that you come diagonally down into the wall and land hopefully here without bonking the wall or being too late, because if you hit the spring then you lose loads of time, you have to go back up. The easier way of doing this is to land on this box and then you don't get sprung back up obviously, so you can jump from here just into the hole in the wall that you want to get to. If you still have the speed shoes, which should be if the timer is 25 or before, 26 or before. Then after you hit the switch, you can jump into the, hold left into the spring and then just hold right, because the speed from the speed shoes will be faster. If you don't have the speed shoes anymore, you want to roll as soon as you hit the spring and let it just carry you to the end. I think that's that level. And you're looking for 25 here, 24 on the in-game time. Springyard 2, start by holding left. You jump against the wall which actually aligns your subpixels on the level boundary here. It aligns your subpixels to 0. which is what you need if you specifically now let go of all inputs and press nothing, and the spring will spring you up above this bumper by doing that. So once you get hit by this bumper, hold right so that you land on the right hand side of this bumper and you get to go over here. Once you're at about this position on the slope, again there's a couple of different ways of doing this, I'll just go through the one I've been doing recently. You want to jump so that slightly later, well slightly earlier than that one, but so that you land on this section while killing the first of these purple guys. So you should land about here and having gone through the first guy. And as soon as you've done that, another full jump here and slow down slightly. I'll have to do it all in one action again, because these spike ball cycles start when the level starts, as far as I believe. Might be camera, but either way. What you're looking for is to land here, jump off of here, and then just hold right and run across this gap, because it allows you to do that until you get to that spring. So that's kind of one section of the level. The first section should look like this. So I don't hold right the entire time on that first jump there, just to give that last spike ball enough time to go around that you can run past it without being hit. Here you want to avoid bouncing off any of those guys, so as soon as you land here, just do a little hop over them, or hop through them if you do a very low jump, and kill the first one. But as long as you land here, while still having rightwards momentum. Then the goal, for me at least, the method I use is to try and bounce off the middle of these purple guys here. I have to come at that as they would normally be spawned if I came at there at a good pace. So after jumping over these guys, jump from here, land on that guy, and don't hold jump as you bounce off of him so that you land here, and then do a jump as you land there to get over, because you'll still have rightwards momentum, get over to this section. And once you're on the slope you can start rolling. And then the frame you're looking to jump, well, the position you're looking to jump, is anywhere past this third horizontal background light thing here. So anywhere past kind of the center of here, towards the bottom of this corner before the slope changes. Just let go of all other inputs and hold jump. And that should get you onto this ground without having to wait for that platform. You should actually just be straight up here. Once you're up here, you're moving really fast. So you actually need to hit the speed cap in order to slow down. All you need to do for that is to hold right. So you'll slow back down after holding right. And as soon as you hit the speed cap, jump to land up on this green platform. And then jump off here and roll on here. And these spike balls will be on a different cycle depending how fast you got here, because they start when the level starts. And you just have to learn which ones are which, but if you get here as fast as possible, this first one will be raised up, but the second one will be on the ground. So you'll be able to roll under the first one, but then have to jump over the second one like this. If you get there slightly later, you'll actually be in a position where they're both up enough off the ground that you can roll down the entire slope and have a lot of speed coming down here, and then jump 1 or 2 frames before getting to this block and make it all the way over to here in one jump. Fine, I'll start again. So hello Trixie. So you have to jump over this one here. And you just do a couple of extra jumps. Hitting the ceiling here actually makes you go slightly faster. Jump on that slope to get a slope jump up there. Roll here and jump anywhere a few frames before you get to this green block to get this very tight jump window over here. You want to not hold right on that jump as well so you don't hit the speed cap, because you're rolling down the slope, you've gone faster than the speed cap. You should make it all the way over this gap. If you don't, then you have to land on this green platform instead and jump up. And then as soon as you land there, jump up the slope. Slow down. You have to tap left slightly to slow down here, otherwise this bumper will bump you all the way back in where you don't want to be, like that. So tap left slightly and then roll, and you should roll and hit this bumper. And then on this final slope, there's a 2-frame window. Either the final frame of rolling down here or the second final frame. You want to hold jump, and that will get you cleanly into that top route and all the way to the sign as long as you're holding down. You can make it into that top route if you jump too early, but you have to recognize that you've jumped too early and let go of jumps so that you don't get a full jump in time. And then you won't, because otherwise if you're holding jump, you'll miss the entrance up there, bonk against this wall and have to fall down all the way here and then start accelerating from here again to the end of the level down here. But that's about this level, so I'll move on to all the stuff that needs to be explained in more detail. Again, a lot of these movement-based routes that aren't specifically frame-perfect stuff can be done in slightly different ways, and you can find your own methods. Important thing at the start of this level, in order to pass through the section here at exactly the point in the cycle that you need, you want to do a little bit of movement as this level starts. So as soon as the level starts, you're holding left. As soon as you touch the back wall, hold right and jump, and then start doing the level. So that'll make sure you get to this cycle at the start in the right place. You want to jump on this lower part of the slope here, and hold down the entire way, and you should go all the way across to here. It is possible that you get you bonk up against this thing without passing over it, so you're just like this, and then those spikes will hit you, but that's fine. You can still do the rest of the level in exactly the same speed. It doesn't slow you down or not, because there's another cycle coming up. So as long as you jump over here, bounce off of this enemy, and land on this platform, you should be at the same pace anyway. So once you've got here, hopefully in the first cycle through there, the goal to get up here as fast as possible in the fastest cycle is wait until you see the bottom of this platform hit the top of this black building in the background. So when that's in line with this, then you can jump to make it up to that platform. So at about this point, you can press jump to make it up to this platform. And as soon as you land on here, the frame of landing, you want to jump to make it up into here. And then this top one will be moving downwards, so you want to move out from here slightly, turn around and jump into there. And then if you're fast enough, you might need to do one more jump while you're up here. If you're fast enough, you'll get up to hit this corner, which is where you're aiming for, in time for the earliest possible cycle that you can clip into here. So as long as you're in the far right top corner of here and you're just holding down, and you've managed to crouch and pan the camera down far enough, you shouldn't die by being crushed in the roof. You'll just clip up into here. And to complete this, at this point, all you need to do is touch left to zip slightly into the wall, and then hold right to walk across. Alternatively, if you're up there, you can touch left and jump the frame after, and you should get zipped all the way across into that section which we're trying to get to here. You really don't want to pop out the top here, because then you have to go all the way around and get back in there again. And if you miss that first cycle, then you just come back up here. Like, if you miss that first cycle coming up the first time, just come up here normally like this. So yeah, crouch in this corner. There's a much faster way to do this this section of the level, and that involves holding left and then jump a couple of frames after, as this pushes you up into the wall. So I kind of use this frame, or somewhere around here. I don't have specifics, I just do it by feel, I'm sorry. But the top of this platform touching the bottom of this brown wall is when I hold left and jump. And that can clip you. I'll make a save state there. I'll show the fast cycle and make a save state as that comes up. And that can clip you straight down into the next section of this glitch, which you're trying to get to anyway. It's very handy. Oops, I jumped too early there. So, I want to hold left and jump there. Oh, wait. I was confident, like I'm not expecting to get it every time, but it is nice when it happens. Now that I've tried to explain what I do, I'm not sure, so I haven't got the feel for it. There we go. That's actually slightly earlier than I showed that frame. I think I go for it. So yeah, you can get straight down here with that kind of input, and then you're on this lower level, which is where you want to be. But first, I'll show how you get there from the upper bit. If you don't get that, so you'll be up here. You've got to run across to here without jumping up the top. As soon as you're pushing up against this wall, tap jump, wait until you're descending and jump again before you hold right, otherwise you'll clip up to the top and be out of the glitch where you don't want to be. So wait until you're descending off of this tap jump and then hold right, and you should be in here. Once you're pushing up against this wall, make sure you have no rightwards or leftwards momentum. Do another tap jump and you'll fall down onto this section, and then hold left to start zipping to the right, which is where you want to be. So now you're down in this place where both of the paths get you. The frame you're looking to stop on in this place is this one. So you want to be standing here and you want to be facing in this direction for this to work. It's possible that you can't make it onto this just by tapping left or right. You might be half a frame out, which looks like this, so you're half a frame away. So this is one frame, half a frame kind of, well, I call it frame, but I don't know why you're like half a position away from it. And then on the other side, you're half a position away from it again, so this isn't what you want. If you're in this kind of out of alignment, half a position away, you want to come into this little green space that I'm in here, do a jump and hold right so you're lined up against this wall, because this wall is pushing me from going right any further. And now you're in a position where you're aligned. If you move one frame to the left, you're in the right position. I like to use pause buffering here, just to make sure I get one frame presses, because tapping a button for one frame is difficult. So if you press the button and pause one frame after, like this, you get to move one frame, and then just unpause to be in the right position. Once you're in this position, which is the one you're looking for, all you have to do is press right and then jump the frame after. Not like this, like that, and that will push you down here. So you fall down onto this path, and then from here you just hold left until you see I use this pillar is about to go off the left hand side of the screen, and then stop holding left and switch to holding down. And then you'll be here. Wait until you've collected the top ring, or you're just about to collect the top ring, and then hold jump. And you'll land in the secret here. And stop holding down. Hey Travis. Yeah, I'll explain that. Sure. Well, maybe I won't because the rules will be changed by then, so it doesn't matter. And then jump and collect these. I'm not going to explain these specific jumps because these aren't precise. I didn't have precise methods for them. Jump near the top of this slope and then jump again to land on the switch. Once the block has moved far enough away, it's nice to jump to get the angle down there, landing on that spring to jump up here, but there are other ways you can get across. I'm not teaching the zip jump past the gap. Well, now it's been mentioned, so at least you can go and look it up if you're interested. That's for ILs, really. So holding right and jumping basically all through the section, there's no specifics to it. You often bonk up against the little spike nodule in the floor, which is annoying, but you can't really do much about it. You have to jump over it until you're on the spring. Once you're on the spring, hold left into the wall until you're about here. Then you stop holding left and switch to holding right and jump all the way over these stairs. These stairs will be in a completely different cycle depending on what time you've got here, because they're level, because they start their cycles as soon as the level starts, I believe. So you can probably learn kind of what position they're going to look like by looking at what time is on the timer as you get here. If you still have speeches at this point, you should do. It's possible to jump immediately over, land on top of one of them like as they're in this position, and then jump immediately again and get all the way across straight into the boss arena here. So the plan is to still have speeches and vulnerability at this point. So for the boss, we're on the far right position. As soon as he appears about here, you can start jumping to hit him. So jump to hit him once, he'll start descending here. If you still have the invulnerability, that'll be less of a problem. Although you can still do this. Oh, this is where the safe state is. You can still do this without invulnerability and get the hit there without being hit. There we go. I need to remember to keep making safe states through the levels as I go, more of them. You can also jump off of that one to get over here instead of using the spring, but I'm not very good at that, so you just saw. I didn't quite make it on top of the stairs, but yeah. So we're jumping as the boss is on. You're looking to not be on the block he's going to lift away, obviously, because then you'll die. Just anywhere left of this block that you can still hit him, but not be standing on top of that block. It's not actually very specific. It doesn't matter as long as you're slightly left here after getting that first hit, and then just jump as early as possible after you land each time, so you get as many hits as possible as he comes down there. So the best hits will look like this. So that's all the earliest hits you can get on him. And then to hit the capsule, I like to full jump as the kind of second light comes onto screen there. But yeah, you can have your own markers for these smaller things. In the boss fight, it's possible to, for some reason, miss getting this hit here. It doesn't let you. And then you'll have to wait for him to go across before you get the last hit, because there's a couple of positions where he's slightly too high for you to be able to hit him, so it helps to delay your last jump slightly and you get the hit sooner. Onwards. To Labyrinth Zone.